I'm so glad you found your way here tonight. My name is Mrinmoy, and I will be your guide as we embark on a gentle journey along the timeless waters of the Nile River. Find a comfortable place now. Let your body sink into your bed, your pillow, or your favorite chair. Allow the weight of the day to slowly melt away from your shoulders, your neck, and your chest. Take a slow, deep breath in, and as you let it out, feel yourself beginning to settle. Tonight, we travel to a land of ancient wonders and eternal waters. A place where time moves at the pace of the river itself, slow, unhurried, and deeply peaceful. A place where the sun sets in golden splendor, where stars reflect on dark waters like scattered diamonds, and where the gentle lapping of waves against a wooden hull becomes the most beautiful lullaby in the world. Close your eyes if you haven't already. Let the sounds of this ancient river carry you far away from the noise of the modern world. You are safe here. You are welcome here. Tonight, we step aboard a small wooden Dahabiya, a traditional Nile sailing boat, as it begins its slow, peaceful drift down the great river. We will glide past palm groves and ancient temples, through morning mist and golden sunsets, under star-filled skies and the warm glow of lantern light. There is no destination, no schedule, no urgency. Only the gentle rhythm of the water and the quiet beauty of the world unfolding around us. Let us begin our journey together. The sun was beginning its slow descent toward the horizon, painting the sky in shades of warm amber, soft rose, and deepening gold. The air was still warm, carrying the faint, sweet scent of date palms and sun-baked earth. Along the banks of the Nile, the shadows grew longer, stretching like gentle fingers across the golden sand. At the small wooden dock, a weathered Dahabiya waited. Its hull was made of dark, sun-bleached wood, its lines graceful and timeless, the kind of vessel that had sailed these waters for thousands of years. A single mast rose from the deck, its sail furled and ready, catching the last of the day's light. The boat rocked gently at its moorings, a soft, rhythmic motion that seemed to invite the weary traveler aboard. You stepped onto the worn wooden deck, your feet finding the familiar feel of aged planks beneath you. The wood was warm from the day's sun, smooth from years of use. A soft creak greeted your arrival, a sound that spoke of countless journeys and endless patience. A young crew member, his face kind and weathered by the river sun, moved quietly about the boat. He lit the lanterns one by one, their flames flickering to life with a soft golden glow. The lanterns hung from the mast and the cabin's edge, their light casting warm, dancing reflections on the darkening water below. Each lantern seemed to hold a small piece of the fading sun, keeping it alive as the night approached. The boatman, an older man with a gentle smile and eyes that held the wisdom of the river, untied the mooring rope with practiced ease. The boat gave a soft shudder as it released its hold on the dock, and you felt the first gentle pull of the current beneath you. The shore began to drift away, the date palms growing smaller, their silhouettes softening against the glowing sky. The boat slipped its moorings with a quiet creak, the sound like a sigh of contentment. It turned slowly, almost lazily, its bow pointing toward the endless stretch of water ahead. The current caught it, and the boat began its slow drift down the great river. The water lapped against the hull with a soft, rhythmic sound, a gentle, constant murmur that seemed to echo the heartbeat of the earth itself. The sound was soothing, hypnotic, a lullaby that had been playing on this river for millennia. The boat moved with the current, its pace unhurried, its motion gentle. There was no engine, no noise, only the soft whisper of water against wood and the occasional creak of the rigging. You found a cushioned seat near the stern, its fabric soft and worn from years of use. The cushions were filled with a mixture of wool and reeds, their texture comfortable and inviting. You settled into them, feeling the warmth of the day still lingering in the fabric, and let out a long, slow breath. The world seemed to slow around you. The sounds of the dock, the calls of the merchants, the bustle of the village, all faded into the distance. They were replaced by the soft lap of water, the gentle creak of wood, and the occasional call of a night bird from the riverbank. The lanterns swayed gently with the boat's movement, their light casting a warm, golden glow across the deck. The shadows they created danced softly, moving with the rhythm of the river. The dark water below reflected the lantern light, creating a double world, the boat and the boat's reflection, the light above and the light below. A cool breeze began to rise, carrying the scent of water and reeds and the faint sweetness of lotus flowers. The breeze was gentle, barely more than a whisper, but it carried with it the promise of a peaceful night. It ruffled your hair and cooled your skin, easing the last of the day's warmth from your body. The boat continued its slow drift. On the bank, you could see the silhouettes of date palms, their fronds swaying gently in the breeze. A few birds, settling for the night, called softly to one another, their voices low and melodic. The stars began to appear, one by one, scattered across the darkening sky like tiny diamonds on a black velvet cloth. Sound of soft water lapping, gentle creak of wood, distant birds. Music continues, fading slowly. The first stars appeared, their light faint but steady. They seemed to be watching over the boat, guiding its journey through the peaceful night. The lanterns on the deck continued to glow, their warm light mixing with the cool starlight, creating a perfect balance of warmth and serenity. You felt your body relax, the tension of the day slowly melting away. The gentle rocking of the boat, the soft lap of water, the warm glow of the lanterns, all combined to create a cocoon of comfort and peace. The boat continued its slow drift, carrying you deeper into the heart of the Nile, deeper into the heart of the night. The world behind you faded, and only the river remained. The eternal river, the flowing river, the river that had carried countless souls into peaceful sleep. The boat continued its slow, unhurried drift along the Nile, The current was gentle, barely perceptible, yet it carried the vessel forward with a steady, certain grace. The waters of the great river were calm, their surface like dark silk, occasionally broken by the soft ripple of a passing fish or the gentle stir of the breeze. The banks on either side of the river were lined with swaying reeds and tall papyrus. The reeds moved in the evening breeze, their rustling a soft, continuous whisper that blended with the sound of the water. The papyrus stood tall and proud, their feathery tops catching the last of the fading light, their forms dark and graceful against the deepening sky. You sat in your cushioned seat, letting the sights and sounds wash over you. The boat's movement was barely perceptible. A gentle sway, a soft rock, the subtle shift of weight as the current carried it forward. It was the kind of movement that was almost hypnotic, the kind that eased the mind into a state of deep relaxation. A soft evening breeze began to rise, carrying with it the faint, sweet scent of lotus flowers. The lotus was the sacred flower of the Nile, and its fragrance was intoxicatingly delicate, a perfume that seemed to carry the essence of the river itself. The breeze was warm but gentle, caressing your skin like a soft touch. The sky continued its transformation, the fading rose and amber deepening into shades of purple and indigo. The clouds, which had been touched with gold just moments before, were now dark silhouettes against the luminous sky. A few birds, returning to their nests in the reeds, called softly to one another, their voices low and melodic. The water reflected the beauty of the sky, its surface a liquid mirror that held the colors of the twilight. The river seemed to glow from within, its dark depths catching the last light of the day and holding it in a shimmering embrace. The reflections danced and shifted with the gentle movement of the water, creating patterns that were ever-changing and endlessly beautiful. You found yourself watching the reflections, following the slow dance of light and shadow on the river's surface. The patterns were mesmerizing, their constant transformation a reminder of the river's eternal flow. The boat moved with the current, and the reflections moved with the boat, creating a seamless, fluid world of shifting colors and soft light. A small bird, a heron perhaps, stood on one leg in the shallows near the bank. It was perfectly still, its silhouette clear against the fading light. The bird seemed to be watching the boat, but it was not afraid. It simply stood patient and serene, as if it had all the time in the world. The reeds rustled softly, their movement a gentle, rhythmic sound that seemed to echo the breathing of the earth. The breeze carried the scent of water and earth and the sweet fragrance of the lotus. The night was settling in, its quiet peace spreading across the river like a soft blanket. Sound of gentle water, rustling reeds, soft breeze. Music continues, fading slowly. You leaned back in your seat, letting the sounds and sensations wash over you. The boat's movement was like a gentle cradle, rocking you softly as the river carried you forward. The current was steady and sure, its flow a constant, comforting presence. The world around you was growing darker, the colors deepening into rich blues and purples. The stars were beginning to appear more clearly, their light faint but steady. The lantern on the boat glowed warmly, its light a small oasis of warmth in the growing darkness. You felt a deep sense of peace settling over you. The day's worries and concerns seemed to dissolve into the river, carried away by the gentle current. There was nothing to do, nowhere to go, no one to be. Only the river, only the boat, only the soft, steady rhythm of the water. The boat continued its drift, the current guiding it forward. The reeds swayed gently, the papyrus stood tall, and the lotus flowers released their sweet fragrance into the warm night air. The river was alive with the sounds of peace, the whisper of wind, the rustle of reeds, the soft lapping of water against the hull. You closed your eyes, letting the sounds fill your senses. The boat rocked gently, the water lapped softly, and the night wrapped itself around you like a warm embrace. The journey had only just begun, but already you felt yourself sinking deeper into the peace of the river. Night had fully arrived over the Nile, its dark canopy spreading across the sky like a vast, velvet cloak. The stars, which had been appearing one by one, now filled the heavens in countless multitudes. They were scattered across the darkness like diamonds on black silk, their light faint but steady, their patterns ancient and eternal. The sky above the Nile was unlike any other sky. Far from the lights of cities and villages, the stars revealed themselves in all their glory. The Milky Way stretched across the heavens like a river of light, its luminous band a testament to the vastness of the universe. The stars seemed close enough to touch, their light reflecting off the dark surface of the water below. The water itself was a perfect mirror. The stars above were replicated on the calm black surface of the river, creating a double world of light and darkness. The reflections shimmered and danced with the gentle movement of the water, their patterns ever-changing, endlessly beautiful. It was as if the boat was sailing through a sea of stars, both above and below. A single lantern swayed softly on the mast, its warm golden light a small beacon in the vast darkness. The lantern's glow created a circle of light on the deck, its edges soft and blurred. The shadows it cast danced gently, moving with the rhythm of the boat's rocking. The boat continued its slow drift, its movement barely perceptible. The water lapped against the hull with a soft, rhythmic sound, a gentle accompaniment to the silent beauty of the night. The creak of the wood, the whisper of the breeze, the distant call of a night bird, all blended together into a symphony of peace. You sat in your cushioned seat, your eyes lifted toward the heavens. The stars seemed to pulse with a gentle light, their rhythm slow and calming. You felt yourself becoming part of the vastness, a small but connected piece of the infinite universe. A shooting star streaked across the sky, its trail of light brief but brilliant. You watched it fade, a reminder of the beauty and transience of all things. Another appeared moments later, and then another, The night was alive with the slow dance of the cosmos. The breeze carried the scent of water and earth and the faint sweetness of the lotus. The air was warm but not hot, cool but not cold. A perfect, soothing temperature that invited deep relaxation. The sounds of the river filled your ears, the soft lap of water, the rustle of reeds, the distant call of a night bird, the gentle creak of the boat. Sound of gentle water, soft breeze, distant night birds. Music continues, fading slowly. The lantern on the mast swayed gently, its light casting a warm glow on the deck. You watched the shadows dance, their movements slow and soothing. The boat rocked softly, its motion like a cradle, carrying you deeper into the peace of the night. The stars reflected on the water below, their light a soft, shimmering blanket. The river seemed to hold the stars in its dark embrace, their light captured and held in the gentle current. The boat moved through the sea of stars, its passage creating soft ripples that scattered the reflections like scattered diamonds. You felt your breathing slow, your body relax. The beauty of the night, the gentle rocking of the boat, the soft sounds of the river, all combined to create a state of deep and profound peace. The worries of the day seemed distant, irrelevant, carried away by the flow of the current. The night bird called again, its voice low and melodic. The sound was comforting, familiar, a part of the river's ancient symphony. Another bird answered, its call a soft echo across the water. The conversation continued, a gentle exchange that spoke of the peace of the night. The boat drifted on, its journey endless, its pace unhurried. The stars watched overhead, their light a constant, reassuring presence. The river flowed beneath, its current steady and sure, and you rested, cradled in the embrace of the night, carried by the eternal flow of the Nile. The first light of dawn crept across the horizon like a soft, silver whisper. The sky, which had been dark and star-filled just moments before, began to lighten with the first hints of day. The stars faded one by one, their light yielding to the gentle glow of the approaching sun. The Nile was covered in a thin veil of mist, its surface obscured by a soft, pearlescent haze. The mist rose from the water in wisps and tendrils, curling gently upward like the breath of the river itself. The air was cool and damp, carrying the fresh scent of water and earth and the first hints of the day's warmth. The boat continued its slow drift, its passage through the mist creating soft ripples that spread across the surface. The mist seemed to part before the boat, opening like a curtain to reveal the beauty of the new day. The world was soft and muted, its colors gentle, its sounds subdued. Tall date palms stood along the banks like quiet guardians. Their trunks were dark and sturdy, their fronds swaying gently in the morning breeze. The palms seemed to watch over the river, their presence ancient and wise. They had stood here for generations, their roots deep in the earth, their branches reaching toward the sky. The mist began to lift as the sun climbed higher, revealing the landscape in all its quiet beauty. The riverbanks were lined with papyrus, their feathery tops catching the light. The reeds swayed gently, their rustling a soft, continuous whisper. Wildflowers dotted the banks, their colors muted but beautiful, soft purples, gentle yellows, pale pinks. A few fishermen in small wooden boats appeared on the river. Their boats were simple, their oars moving silently through the water. They nodded as they passed, their faces kind and weathered, their movements unhurried. One of them raised a hand in greeting, a gesture of welcome and peace. Sound of gentle water, soft birdsong, distant oars dipping. Music continues, fading slowly. The warm air began to carry the scent of sun-warmed earth. The fragrance was rich and comforting, a reminder of the land's ancient fertility. The Nile had nurtured the land for millennia, its waters a source of life and abundance. The scent of the earth was a testament to that gift. Birds were beginning to stir, their calls a soft chorus that filled the morning air. A heron stood on one leg in the shallows, its pale plumage catching the first rays of the sun. A kingfisher darted across the water, its feathers a brilliant flash of blue. The birds were waking to the new day, their voices a gentle celebration of life. The sun continued its slow ascent, its light growing stronger, warmer. The mist dissolved completely, revealing the river in all its glory. The water was a deep, clear blue, its surface sparkling with the reflected light of the sun. The banks were green and lush, teeming with life. You sat in your cushioned seat, watching the world awaken. The beauty of the morning, the soft light, the gentle sounds, all combined to create a sense of deep peace. The boat's movement was steady and sure, its progress unhurried. The river flowed beneath, its current gentle and soothing. A small village appeared on the bank, its mud brick houses huddled together. Smoke rose from a few chimneys, and the sound of voices drifted across the water. The village was coming to life, its people beginning their day with the same slow, unhurried rhythm that had guided them for generations. The boat drifted past the village, its passage unnoticed by the waking inhabitants. The river carried it forward, away from the village, toward the open water and the beauty of the new day. The boat continued its slow drift along the Nile, the current carrying it past lush banks and golden sands. The morning sun climbed higher, its light growing stronger, warming the air and the water. The river sparkled under the sun's rays, its surface a brilliant, shifting mosaic of light and shadow. In the distance, the silhouette of ancient temples began to appear. They rose from the riverbank like weathered giants, their stones worn smooth by centuries of wind and sand. The temples stood half hidden by time and greenery, their massive columns catching the golden light of the morning sun. The boat drifted closer, and the details of the temples became visible. The columns were carved with hieroglyphs, their intricate patterns a testament to the skill of the ancient artisans. The stones were warm and golden, their surfaces soft and weathered. Vines and moss grew in the crevices, their green a vivid contrast to the warm stone. Doves nested high in the ruins, their soft cooing a gentle, melodic sound that blended with the whisper of the wind. The doves seemed to be the guardians of the temples, their presence a living connection to the ancient past. They moved among the ruins with the grace and ease of creatures who had known no other home. The boat drifted past the temples, their magnificence slowly revealing itself. The columns rose high into the air, their tops decorated with carved lotus flowers and papyrus reeds. The walls were covered with reliefs, their scenes depicting the lives of pharaohs and the worship of gods. You watched in silence, your heart full of wonder. The temple spoke of a time when the Nile was the center of a great civilization, its waters carrying the trade and culture of an entire empire. The river had witnessed the rise and fall of dynasties, the building of great monuments, the prayers of countless worshippers. And yet, it continued to flow, its pace unhurried, its purpose unchanged. Sound of gentle water, soft wind, distant doves cooing. Music continues, fading slowly. There were no voices, no sounds of human activity, only the soft coo of doves and the whisper of wind through carved stone. The temples were empty, their halls silent, their courtyards still. They were places of ancient peace, their beauty untouched by time. The boat continued its drift, the temples slowly receding into the distance. Their silhouettes grew smaller, their details fading into the golden haze. But their presence remained, a quiet reminder of the eternal flow of history and the enduring power of the river. The wind carried the scent of sun-warmed stone and dry earth, a fragrance that was ancient and comforting. The doves continued their soft cooing, their voices a constant, gentle presence. The river flowed on, its current steady and sure. You closed your eyes, letting the beauty of the temples settle in your heart. The ancient stones, the soft cooing of doves, the whisper of wind, all combined to create a sense of peace that was deep and profound. The boat rocked gently, its motion a soft cradle, carrying you forward into the heart of the day. The sun climbed to its zenith, its rays warm and golden. The sky was a clear, pale blue, without a single cloud to mar its perfection. The heat of the day began to build, but the river kept the air cool, its surface reflecting the sun's brilliance, while its depths remained dark and cool. The boat drifted lazily on the current, its sail barely stirring in the light breeze. The movement was slow, almost imperceptible, as if the boat itself was enjoying the gentle warmth of the day. The water lapped against the hull with a soft, rhythmic sound, a constant, comforting presence. Ibises with snowy white wings glided slowly overhead, their flight graceful and unhurried. The birds moved in wide circles, their wings catching the light, their forms elegant against the blue sky. They seemed to be drifting, just like the boat, carried by the same gentle currents of air and time. On the river banks, crocodiles basked motionless in the sun. Their dark, ancient bodies were almost indistinguishable from the sandy banks on which they rested. They lay with their mouths open, their eyes half closed, their presence a reminder of the river's wild and untamed nature. But they were still calm, as if the heat of the day had lulled them into a state of deep contentment. The breeze carried the scent of sun-warmed sand and dry earth, mingled with the faint sweetness of lotus flowers. The fragrance was subtle but present, a reminder of the beauty and abundance of the river. The air was warm but not oppressive, the river's moisture keeping the heat gentle and bearable. Sound of gentle water, soft breeze, distant birds. Music continues, fading slowly. You sat in your cushioned seat, your body relaxed, your mind still. The heat of the day seemed to slow everything, to soften the edges of the world. The boat's movement was dreamlike, its progress unhurried, as if time itself had decided to rest. A few ibises settled on the bank, their white forms a stark contrast to the golden sand. They stood on one leg, their heads tucked beneath their wings, resting in the warmth of the afternoon. The crocodiles continued their motionless vigil, their ancient bodies absorbing the sun's heat. The river flowed on, its current steady and sure. The water was calm, its surface barely disturbed by the occasional ripple. The boat moved with the current, its passage creating a soft trail of ripples that spread across the water like gentle fingers. You watched the ibises, their white wings catching the light. You watched the crocodiles, their stillness a testament to the patience of the ancient world. You watched the water, its surface a shifting mosaic of light and shadow. The afternoon stretched before you, long and unhurried. There was nothing to do, nowhere to go, no one to be. Only the river, only the boat, only the soft, gentle warmth of the day. You let yourself sink into the peace of the moment, your breathing slow and deep, your body relaxed and still. The boat continued its drift along the Nile, its passage carrying it past quiet villages and peaceful settlements. The riverbanks were dotted with small mud brick villages, their flat roofs blending with the golden landscape. The villages were modest but alive, their simple beauty a testament to the enduring harmony of river life. The houses were made of sun-baked mud bricks, their walls warm and soft. The roofs were flat, covered with drying laundry and the occasional sleeping cat. The laundry fluttered gently in the breeze, its colors muted and soft, faded blues, pale pinks, warm ochres. The cats lay in the sun, their bodies relaxed, their eyes half closed. Children laughed softly in the distance. Their voices were high and sweet, their laughter like music. They played near the water's edge, their games simple and joyful. A boy chased a ball, his feet kicking up small clouds of dust. A girl danced with her shadow, her movements graceful and free. Women carried clay jars on their heads, their steps graceful and sure. The jars were filled with water from the river, their contents sloshing gently with each step. The women moved with a rhythm that was ancient and practiced, their bodies swaying like reeds in the wind. Their dresses were bright, their colors cheerful against the muted landscape. The boat passed so slowly that every detail felt like a gentle painting coming to life. You could see the patterns on the women's dresses, the laughter in the children's eyes, the dust rising from the village paths. The scene was peaceful, timeless, a snapshot of life that had been unchanged for millennia. Sound of gentle water, soft laughter, distant music. Music continues, fading slowly. A group of men gathered near the village square, their voices low and unhurried. They sat in the shade of a large tree, their teacups in their hands, their conversation easy and relaxed. One of them played a simple instrument, its music soft and melodic, a gentle accompaniment to the afternoon. A few boats, similar to your own but smaller, were tied to the bank. They rocked gently in the water, their owners resting in the shade. A fisherman mended his net, his fingers moving with practiced ease. Another sat in his boat, his eyes closed, his face turned toward the sun. You watched the village, your heart full of the peace of the scene. The villagers lived in harmony with the river, their lives shaped by its rhythms. They rose with the sun, worked through the day, and rested with the night. Their pace was unhurried, their concerns simple, their happiness rooted in the beauty of the land. The boat drifted on, the village slowly receding into the distance. But the image of the village remained with you. The children laughing, the women walking, the men resting in the shade. It was a vision of peace, a reminder of the beauty of simple life. The river carried you forward, away from the village, toward the open water and the beauty of the afternoon. The laughter faded, the music dissolved, and only the soft sound of the water remained. The sun began its slow descent once more, its light shifting from the bright gold of afternoon to the warm, rich tones of evening. The sky was a canvas of colors, soft gold, warm amber, gentle rose, and deepening purple. The clouds, which had been white and soft during the day, were now touched with pink and orange, their forms luminous and beautiful. The Nile turned into liquid gold and copper. The water, which had been a deep blue just hours before, now reflected the colors of the setting sun. The surface shimmered with warm tones, its beauty almost overwhelming in its richness. The boat seemed to be sailing on a sea of light, its progress slow and dreamlike. Long shadows stretched across the water, their forms dark and graceful. The reeds on the bank cast long, thin shadows, their movement a slow dance in the fading light. The date palms reached toward the sky, their shadows merging with the darkness of the approaching night. Herons stood perfectly still on one leg among the reeds, their pale forms catching the last of the light. They were patient, serene, their stillness a meditation in itself. They watched the sun set with the same quiet attention that they had given it for countless evenings. The warm colors slowly softened, the gold and copper fading into rose and lavender. The sky deepened, its colors shifting from warm to cool, from light to dark. The clouds, once touched with gold, now glowed with soft rose and pale purple. The first stars began to appear, their light faint but steady. Sound of gentle water, soft breeze, distant birds settling. Music continues, fading slowly. The boat drifted on, its passage creating soft ripples in the golden water. The river seemed to glow from within, its surface a liquid mirror that held the beauty of the sky. The reflections were perfect, the colors blending and shifting with the gentle movement of the water. You watched the sun set, your heart full of the beauty of the moment. The colors were so rich, so warm, so deeply peaceful. The world seemed to hold its breath, waiting for the night to fall, for the stars to appear, for the cycle of day and night to complete itself. The herons remained still, their presence a reminder of the patience of the natural world. They did not rush, did not hurry, did not fret. They simply were, their stillness a meditation in itself. The boat continued its slow drift, the fading light casting long, gentle shadows across the deck. The lanterns, which had been lit as the sun began to set, glowed warmly, their light a small oasis in the growing darkness. Their reflection in the water was soft and golden, a double light that comforted and soothed. The sunset slowly faded, the colors deepening into the rich blue of twilight. The stars grew brighter, their light filling the sky. The river, which had been golden just moments before, was now dark and mysterious, its surface reflecting the stars like scattered diamonds. You sat in your cushioned seat, the beauty of the sunset still fresh in your mind. The world was changing, moving from day to night, but the peace remained. The boat rocked gently, the water lapped softly, and the river carried you forward into the heart of the evening. The night had settled over the Nile, its dark canopy spread across the sky like a vast, velvet blanket. The stars were brilliant, their light steady and strong, scattered across the heavens like countless diamonds. The moon, a slender crescent, hung low on the horizon, its light soft and silver. On the deck of the boat, the crew lit a small brazier. The fire was gentle, its flames low and steady, its warmth a soft comfort against the cool night air. The fire crackled softly, its sound a gentle companion to the lapping of the water. The flames cast warm, dancing shadows across the deck, their movement slow and soothing. The traveler wrapped in a light blanket, its fabric soft and warm against the skin. The blanket was woven from wool and cotton, its pattern simple and traditional, a testament to the skills of the local weavers. It was a comfort, a small cocoon of warmth in the cool night air. The boat drifted on, its passage barely perceptible. The water lapped against the hull with a soft, rhythmic sound, a lullaby that had been playing on the river for millennia. The creak of the wood, the whisper of the wind, the soft crackle of the fire, all blended together into a symphony of peace. The stars reappeared overhead, their light reflected on the dark surface of the water. The boat seemed to be sailing through a sea of stars, its movement slow and dreamlike. The fire on the deck glowed warmly, its light a small, golden island in the vast darkness. Sound of gentle water, soft crackle of fire, stars overhead. Music continues, fading slowly. The crew sat quietly nearby, their voices low and respectful. They spoke in soft tones, their words a gentle murmur that blended with the sounds of the night. They were at peace, their work done, their rest well earned. The fire crackled softly, its warmth a comfort against the cool night air. The wood glowed with a deep red light, its embers pulsing like the beating of a gentle heart. The flames danced and flickered, their movements slow and hypnotic. You sat in your cushioned seat, your body warm, your mind still. The sounds of the night filled your ears, the soft lap of water, the gentle crackle of fire, the whisper of wind, the distant call of a night bird. The sounds blended together, creating a symphony of peace that carried you deeper into relaxation. The boat rocked gently, its motion soft and soothing. The cradle of the river, the embrace of the night, the warmth of the fire, all combined to create a state of deep and profound peace. The worries of the day seemed distant, irrelevant, carried away by the flow of the current. The crew sang a soft song, its melody ancient and beautiful. The words were in a language you did not understand, but the meaning was clear. It was a song of the river, of the night, of the eternal flow of life. The melody was gentle, its rhythm slow and soothing. You closed your eyes, letting the song wash over you. The warmth of the fire, the soft motion of the boat, the gentle melody, all combined to create a cocoon of comfort and peace. The river carried you forward, its current steady and sure, its voice a constant, comforting presence. The night deepened, and the boat continued its eternal, slow journey under the canopy of stars. The river whispered its ancient lullaby, its voice a soft, continuous murmur that carried the traveler deeper into the embrace of sleep. The fire on the deck had burned low, its embers glowing with a soft, warm light. The flames had faded, but the warmth remained, a gentle comfort against the cool night air. The lantern on the mast still swayed, its light soft and golden, a small beacon in the vast darkness. The crew had retired, their tasks done, their rest earned. The boat was quiet, its only sounds the soft lap of water, the gentle creak of wood, the whisper of wind. The silence was deep and peaceful, a silence that held the traveler in its gentle embrace. All worries dissolved into the water. The concerns of the day, the anxieties of the world, the weight of responsibility, all were carried away by the gentle current. The river asked nothing, demanded nothing. It simply flowed, its pace unhurried, its purpose unchanged. The traveler's breathing slowed, matching the gentle rhythm of the current. The inhale was soft, the exhale longer, each breath a release, a letting go. The body relaxed, sinking deeper into the cushions, its weight a soft, comfortable presence. Sound of gentle water, soft crackle of fading fire, deep peace. Music fades to silence. The stars wheeled slowly overhead, their light a constant, reassuring presence. The moon, a slender crescent, cast its soft silver light across the water. The river reflected the beauty of the night, its surface a dark, shimmering mirror that held the heavens in its depths. The boat drifted on, its journey endless, its pace unhurried. The Nile flowed beneath, its current steady and sure, its voice a soft, eternal lullaby. The travelers slept, deep and peaceful, carried by the river, cradled by the night. The river and the night carried the traveler peacefully into deep, restful sleep. The boat continued its drift, a small vessel on a vast river, a tiny part of the eternal flow. The stars watched overhead, their light a blessing, their presence a comfort. The dream came gently, softly, a vision of the river and the sky, of the golden sunsets and the star-filled nights, of the ancient temples and the peaceful villages. It was a dream of peace, of beauty, of the eternal flow of life. And through it all, the river continued to flow, its voice a constant, soothing presence. The water lapped softly against the hull, its rhythm a lullaby, its sound a blessing. The boat rocked gently, its motion a cradle, its movement a comfort. The travelers slept, deep and peaceful, carried by the river, cradled by the night. The stars watched over, the river held, and the sleep was deep, restful, and full of peace. And so, dear listener, our journey along the Nile River comes to its peaceful end. The boat continues its eternal drift under the canopy of stars, carried by the gentle current, cradled by the ancient waters. I hope this story has brought you comfort, relaxation, and the deep, restful sleep you deserve. The river flows on, timeless and serene, carrying away all worries and leaving only peace in their place. My name is Mrinmoy, and I am so grateful that you chose to spend this time with me. May the peace of the Nile stay with you, carrying you through the night and into a new day filled with hope and joy. Sleep well, dear listener. Sleep deep. Sleep in perfect peace. Good night.